Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, it's very nice to see you again, and if you're one of my lovely new people who are recent subscribers, then thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you enjoy what we have to offer here, what I do, and all the different sorts of content that I try and keep up to date with. Today what I'm going to be doing is a little DIY. I know some people are very keen on these, and this week it's this lovely, I say lovely even though I made it myself, it's a visor for when you go out in the sunshine and you have boofy hair and you don't want to ruin it with a hat. Now, the sun is one of the worst things for your skin, and therefore that is why us lovely goth type people have such beautiful skin as we go into old age, because not only do we cover it up with masses and masses of makeup, but we keep in the shade most of the time as well. When I'm running and I'm not wearing any makeup, I always wear a visor, not quite like this but a very similar one, and I'm going to give this video a dedication, and this is to my lovely friend Joe Corbett. Not all my friends are called Joe, I know a lot of them are, but not all. And Joe is the one who inspired me to goth up a running visor and make it into one that I can wear all year round when I'm not in my running persona. So I hope you're going to enjoy this video. If you do, please remember to give it a big thumbs up when you've finished. If you want to show me some love, you can buy me a Ko-fi. Details in the description box. And if you're interested, I'm wearing my new, slightly late to the party, but rather wonderful Wilderness palette by Beauty Bay on my eyes. So, DIYs, here they come. Well, as you can see, this is a sun visor. It's for running with. It's a 2XU Elevate Your Performance Run visor, and here it is. There's the leaflet that comes with it, and I've got one that I use for running because my friend lovely Joe and I both bought one at the Brighton Marathon 10k Expo, and if you bought two you got one free, and this is the free one. And I promised lovely Joe that I would turn it into something special, and that's what I'm doing now. As you can see, or I don't know if you can see actually, yeah, you can see here and here it has got a 2XU logo, but I've gone over it with, well, everything really. I've gone over it with a Posca pen, and I've gone over it rather more successfully with a couple of these Fudenosuke Japanese pens. They're very good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start round the edge. We're going to go all the way round to up to about here, maybe up to about here, and then carry on round the brim. And what we're going to be doing is using a bit of acrylic paint and a lovely washing up sponge. So here's one that I've been using for various things, as you can see, but this half is cleanish. I say clean, I mean cleanish. I will get my super strength crafting glasses out, and we'll get some acrylic paint. Now, I get my acrylic paint in the works because it's so cheap, and if you've watched this channel before, you'll know that I am all about the cheap. I mean, £2 for 200 millilitres is not a bad price at all. So we'll just put a little bit in there like that, smush it about a bit just to make sure we don't get too much, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the sponge, and then that way I won't put too much on the actual visor itself, it's just on the sponge, and then we can go back over it at a later date. So starting off here like this, just basically going round, making a nice random pattern. Just going to take it round as far as that. And this is the difficult thing here, is making it random really, but whoops, put a little bit too much on there. There we go. Just round to cover the logo on that side, so I've just got to try and work out how far. Actually, look how helpful this mat has got squares on it. So that's 25 round to about 18. So 18 round to about 25. So that's about there-ish. And we'll take it down like this, making it nice and splodgy, and go around here as well, because we're going to continue with the pattern round here. Go over the logo. Sorry 2XU if you're watching. Love your work, love your visors. In fact, love quite a lot of your things that you do. I've got some really nice running shorts by 2XU. I've got some capris, which I don't wear very often, and some really long ones as well, which I wear even less often because for some reason my legs don't get that cold in the cold weather. So just carrying on round and until we get to about here, and this is when I will be taking the paintbrush and making a nice line, and then going back over it with the sponge. Wrong sponge. Just roughening up the edges, and I will do this all the way round. So I'll just carry on doing that, and you can come back in the magic of editing when I've done it. And we're back, and due to the magic of editing, as you can see, I've gone around, I've done all of the edges and all of the front, and what we now need is I'm going to show you on the shoe here, we need the black bottom bit. So we get some black acrylic paint, being very careful not to mix it up with the white, and then we remember we've only got one brush, so stand by. And I'm back, and I have a new brush, and what we're going to do is do the groundwork, as it were, to make the landscape that our graveyard pattern is going to come out of. So you just have to really go round, very random again, just some hills and mounds and And there we have the start of it. The landscape is down, the sky in the background is down. I have used way too much paint here, but that's fine, because what we can do is utilize it for when we put the actual decorations on. Just try a little tree there, just to see how it looks. Actually, it could be a scarecrow, couldn't it? Yeah. So I will be getting other brushes and carrying on shortly, but I'm just going to leave that to dry for the time being, go off, get some very fine brushes and be right back. Right, well, I thought I'd bring you in just a tiny bit closer, just to really have a look at what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to put some little stars in the sky. I tried some up there, but they were too big, and they're a bit like comets, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just using a very thin 0.7mm Posca pen for these. Just to give it a little bit of skyness. Put some in here. Yeah, there we go. Right, so as you can see, I've put a little moon here in the sky. I've gone round and done all the gravestones. I've got an angel statue here, like a ruined archway here, and a weeping angel leaning on a tombstone there. So all that remains, apart from it to dry, of course, is for one piece of decoration. So I got a bunch of these pentacles off Amazon for not very much, and I use them all the time. You can just use a pair of wire cutters to clip the attaching bit off and tidy it up a fraction, and then all you need to do is, let's just get that bit there, get some of the greatest glue on earth, E6000, and I do keep it double bagged because even this big tube, I mean, it'll go solid and it won't last forever. So I'm just going to get my E6000 on the edge. I will use my finger just to spread it round, just so that it doesn't come whooshing out of the edges, if you see what I mean. And then, oh, there's a bit whooshing out there already. And then centering it up, not very well. There we go. And I'm going to stick that on there like that. And I'll leave everything to dry overnight. Oh, put the lid back on. There we go. I'll put everything, leave everything to dry overnight, and then I'll come back tomorrow and show you how we seal it. So there we go. So it's the next day, and as you can see, it's dried extremely well. I'm going to show you all the way around the edge so you can see it looks a lot better than it did yesterday, and I've stuck a band of faux leather with studs on it that I got from an old pair of sandals. Just show you the brim there. I just think it gives it a little bit of extra something. And there's the ruined part of the church. There's the weeping angel sitting on a tombstone. And I think it looks not bad at all. Not bad at all. So what I'm going to do now is take it outside and give it a spray with this, which is for shoes. And basically it's protection against water, oil and dirt, for leather, nubuck, synthetics and tex materials, whatever they are. And basically you spray your shoes with it. And I did it with the graveyard boots, and as you can see, I've had them, I've worn them, they're absolutely fine. I don't think I've worn them in the pouring rain, but I've definitely worn them when it's been not as dry as it might be. So that is as far as we are. So back to me in the studio. And here I am wearing it. As you can see, it's rather not too bad. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some inspiration to think of all the things that you've got lying around that you could use a bit of acrylic paint on and maybe goth it up. Shoes, boots, handbags is one I want to try. I have to go down the charity shops or thrift stores and find a nice handbag and see if I can do something with one of those. As I said at the beginning, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. If you have just popped in on the off chance, please consider subscribing. If you would like to buy me a Ko-fi, that would be lovely. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of the natural world around you. And of course, everybody, please don't forget, stay strange. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.